or has building become just like really overwhelming in Minecraft? Like Minecraft as a game has changed a lot, and that means building as well. Now it feels like there's thousands of blocks, all these different mods to learn, resource packs to download. It just becomes a lot, right? And don't get me wrong, I know that all these tools have allowed people to really push the limits of what they can even create in Minecraft and create genuine art. I am not one of those people, which is strange because in general, I consider myself a pretty creative person who's good at making stuff. Like on this channel, you've seen me do a ton of crafting projects, a lot of which are centered around other Minecrafters. But when it comes to the block game, it's scary. Well, that changes today because today I'm going to be taking you on a journey. Oh, fly. Oh, there we go. No. I don't even know how to use creative mode. This is not going to go well. That's why today I'm going to be taking you on a journey with me as I learn the fundamentals and the tools, the tricks and the trades of building in Minecraft to see if I can actually get good at it. I mean, I have a whole art degree. How hard can it be? So first things first is I should probably set some guides of what I'm actually going to be doing today because get good at building is actually, it's quite broad. So for the next week, I'm going to be learning as many building techniques that I can and combine them into one big build. It doesn't have to be a mega base, but it can't be just like a house. It has to be detailed and it's going to have a little bit of a story. You know, just a little bit of lore as a treat. But before we can just hop into a creative world and start placing our blocks, it's time for some serious research. And thus, my journey began. I studied hours of building tutorials, learning the true process of a master builder. From block palettes, build compositions, powerful ways of world edit, I absorbed all I could from these creators' years of knowledge, true masters of the art of building, until I finally knew I was ready. And before I could go back and place a single block in Minecraft, our journey actually starts somewhere else. Pinterest. Because the first step is to find inspo and references. Just hopping into a flat world can be extremely intimidating. That's why it's important to have an idea planned out of style and look of the build that you want. And just like any other form of art, getting inspiration from others is the best place to start. Now, Pinterest is a fantastic place to go to find a ton of amazing builds. However, the inspiration for my project actually came from an old design board that I had. This illustration of a mystical fox on the magical floating tree. The complementary color palette of the bright orange leaves against the dark night sky. This image inspired me with a truly original build idea. A big floating island with a big tree on it. Look, I know it's like a super common build, but like it sounds so whimsical, so please just let me have this. Now with an idea and some references, we can get started building. Now it's time to see if I've actually learned anything. I guess first let's start with the color palette. Now for the color palette, I'm just going to grab everything blue I can find, and then anything orange. Alright, this is all the bluish stuff I can find, this is all the orangish stuff I can find. Not exactly a refined color palette. I think once I start building, it will start showing itself, hopefully. And now the only thing left to do is to actually start making this build. I guess I can't put this off any longer now, can I? So the whole build is going to be centered around this ginormous tree, so let's start with that. So let's grab a basic blue, I guess. We're going to just start blocking out the trunk of the tree. If I just keep placing blocks, it will eventually turn into a tree trunk, I think. Who am I kidding? We're going to be here forever if I do this all by hand. I think this is where the world edit tool is going to come in handy, which I've never used before, so we'll see how this goes. For those of you who are unfamiliar, as the name might imply, world edit is a Minecraft mod that's very popular with builders because you can create shapes and move them around to create huge scale builds. And the way that you can access the mod is by typing in commands into chat. If you're someone who already knows how to use world edit, I'm so sorry how painful this next part is going to be to watch. I think the first thing I need is a wand? Oh gosh, why are there so many commands? Okay, a wand. That's a wooden axe. What do you mean this is wand? You know what? I'm not even going to question it. This is magical axe now. And then I think we set the axe to brush. Sphere, blue concrete, enter. Okay, so. Oh, okay. Okay, that's interesting. So if I, is there a race? Oh, nope. Where am I? Okay. No, wait, stop. How do you not get caught in this? Oh, that can go really far away. Okay, I guess this works for building up the tree trunk. Oh, I don't know what I'm doing. Oh, it kind of feels like sculpting, but it's Minecraft. If I set the brush to forest, will it help me build a tree? Nope. Is this a tree? Oh, what? What is this? What did I make? We have to get rid of this, so remove near existing? Oh no. Okay, undo one. I mean, it fixed it, but now this monstrosity's back. Okay, I think I have it set to erase. No, I put another one. Eventually, I did figure out how to clear the area and just decided to start out from ground zero. And after a little bit of practice with World Edit and the placing, eventually this just mound of blue concrete started to look a little bit like a tree trunk. I was looking at a few references and knew that I wanted it to curve before it started going out and branching into different spots. And it was starting to look like the way I wanted it to, but after taking a step back, it looked a little bit short, so I was able to copy it and pasted it just a tiny bit in the air. I found a brush I could use to smooth down the base of it and then connect it with roots to the ground. Not gonna lie, I kinda kept just throwing blocks at it and it ended up coming up with this pretty cool organic shape to the roots. Then the branches looked like they needed a little bit of thickening up and a little bit more randomness to it. And eventually, we have our tree trunk, which admittedly the scale might have gotten a little out of hand. Also, another surprise is that this little alcove kind of naturally formed since I moved up the base of the tree in the air, so we can probably incorporate this in the build somehow. As much as I love having a dead blue tree, let's go ahead and add a little bit of leaves to this. And similar to the base of the tree, I'm just going to start at the top of the branches and keep on just adding on a ton of blocks and spheres to it until it kind of builds up a shape. It's at this point that I realized that there might be some consequences of my actions of deciding to make a build of this scale. I feel like I've been placing leaves for so long, but it looks like there's barely anything there. I have to just keep going, I guess. Just more and more leaves. And more leaves I did place. As much as I would love to complain, it did give me some good practice for using the brush tool. I'll have you know, I only encased myself in wool 3 times during making these leaves. Is this enough leaves yet? I don't know if it's enough. Okay, no. Time to stop and take a look. Oh, okay. I now have a new appreciation for people who make mega builds. I don't even think this is a mega build scale, and just the base alone has taken me hours. There hasn't even been any texturing yet. It's not even the right color yet. Which, speaking of, we should probably fix the colors about now. I mean, I want to keep the orange and blue complementary color scheme, but this is a bit much. And with the power of World Edit, I should be able to hypothetically replace all the blue concrete with something else. Like, maybe would Skulk work? I mean, it has a dark blue color. I don't know if the shimmering effect's going to make it look cooler or if it's going to be too much. Replace blue concrete, Skulk. Hopefully I have everything selected. Huh, okay. That's not terrible. It does actually look kind of cool. But I don't know about this texture up close. It's a bit much. But let's try a few more options. Just going to copy and paste this one over here just in case. Polished basalt kind of looks like a tree bark. So what does that look like? Oh, nope, that's ugly. There's warped stem, that's really blue. Oh, nope, no, it has to be a darker color. I do have cherry wood over here, which isn't blue, but it's kind of purplish. So maybe? Let's see. Oh, okay, cherry wood. It actually matches really well with the orange. I will say I was originally looking for the complementary blue and orange, which is why I think the Skulk combination is pretty interesting. But I just gotta go with the cherry wood. So I think I'll add a lot more blue surrounding the tree to keep with that complementary color scheme. Now for the leaves, I decided to keep them the same color, but I wanted to go and add a bit of texture to them. For some reason, instead of using the tool that is specifically meant for editing the world, I decided to try and do this by hand. And I'm going to be honest, it didn't really do that much of effect. Other than some lights from the glow shrooms, so I kind of just gave up on that for now. And instead moved on to adding a couple of end rods to make it look like it's some hanging glowy vines around the tree. And to add a bit more to the atmosphere, I decided to add a couple of cherry blossom blocks, kind of hidden in the bottom of the leaves so you get the falling leaf effect when you enter. Even though it's technically not the right color, it's a pretty subtle little effect. Oh, this is actually looking pretty good. I'm impressed for just learning how to use World Edit. I think this looks okay. But how does it look when we set the time to night though? It looks even better at night. Oh, it looks so magical. I gotta say, it's feeling gosh darn whimsical in here. And that's just the tree. Oh my gosh, I can't wait for the rest of it. And if I want to see the rest of it, I shouldn't get too distracted because I have to actually go build it now, including a giant floating island. Which thinking about it now, maybe I should have made the island before the ginormous tree that I now have to move up into the air. Oh gosh, how am I going to do this? Okay, it's going to feel like it's a bit backwards, but I think this is the best way to do it. Instead of moving up the tree and building the island underneath it, we're just going to copy the bottom layer for now. And we're just going to paste that over here. There we go. So now I know this is how big the island has to be to cover the base of that. Now I did watch a few tutorials on other people doing this. Yeah, big surprise. Floating islands are actually not the most original build on Minecraft, but you know, I'm not here to reinvent the wheel. So I'm going to be kind of following their process while doing this. So once again, we're going to need the brush tool, and then I just gotta start outlining where the base of the island's gonna be. Not trying to make it a circle, but just like an interesting natural shape. All right, then just gotta fill in the center, like so. All right, and now we should have the base of our island surface. But instead of this being the top of the island, we're actually going to build it upside down. Which feels wrong, but it's actually a lot easier to build when it's on top this way, and we'll be able to flip it later. So using the cylinder tool, we're going to start blocking out the shape of the peaks and hills of the bottom of the island. And we want to make it believable that this thing was just ripped from the ground. To start making it look less like a pile of cylinders, I started applying the gravity brush and then the smoothing brush to actually make it look believable. At this point, I kind of realized why World Edit felt so familiar to me. I have a tiny bit of experience with 3D modeling programs like Blender and ZBrush, and truly building with World Edit reminds me of using those. The only difference is you're just a little guy flying around instead of like a UI. This mod genuinely turns a game of Minecraft into a first-person 3D modeling program. Okay, and that should do it. Now it's time to get this island up in the air. If I have this correct, I think I just go over here, then we look up in the air, and then we hit flip, and then we paste. It should be... Oh. Well, that kind of works. I thought it was going to appear over there, but no, it's just all back here. Man, just as I thought I was getting the hang of World Edit. Get rid of all of that, and now we have our floating island. Now we just gotta get the tree up there. Okay, got it all selected, and then hypothetically, if I just copy it from right here, and then I just position myself in a similar location up here, this looks about right. / paste, enter. Oh, it worked! Oh my gosh, it actually worked. Ah, it looks cool. Does the island look too small for the tree? I think the island's too small for the tree. Why did I make this tree so stupidly big? I guess just to fix that, we can expand it out a little bit more. Okay, looking better. We just gotta fill in the underneath. We're just doing a few more steps out of order. It's just all part of the building process. Let's build up another point on this side to even stuff out, and then we just fill it in so it looks like it was meant to be there. So I was just taking a step back to look at how everything looked. And then I see whatever happened to this tree over here. I'm so glad that I have a copy of it now. What happened over here? What did I do? Oh, I would cry if this was my only copy of this tree. Oh my gosh. Remember to always save and back up your work, kids. Now we have our floating islands. Okay, instead of just doing grass and stone like normal, I think to contrast with all the orange, I'm thinking instead of grass, we use this, and maybe it goes down to black? Will that look good? I don't know if that's going to look good, but we can try. And I've also learned 2 new commands for World Edit that should help. Apparently, I can use different percentages of blocks in the brush type, and I can set masks for a specific block. Okay, now... Oh. Yes, this is exactly what I wanted. So now we have a brush that's only going to affect the stone, and it's going to do 80% of this with a few speckles out there. So it's kind of like more of a randomized texture. I wish I knew about this command when I was doing all the leaves. I might need to go back and do that, because this was a way better way to make a more random assortment of things than whatever I was doing. Okay, I've been using World Edit for a while now, and I only just now realized that you could have 2 brushes set with different tools, so you can move back and forth without having to type it every single time. That makes so much more sense. This is making it a lot easier. Also, I'm attempting a gradient. I don't know if I'm actually achieving a gradient. All I know is dark at bottom, light at top. That's all I know. I just guess. It's only silly blocks, you know? There's no worry. Just silly blocks. But yeah, looking pretty cool. If I'm going to be honest, this is actually turning out a little bit better than I was expecting, which you think would be a good thing, but now I have a new problem. I have basically just been staring at this tree for 2 hours, too afraid to place another block down. By no means is this done, but I like what I have right now and I don't want to ruin it. And I don't know where to go from here. Big tree? Check. Island? Check. The rest? I don't know. You see, this next part, this is going to be the scary part. Because up until now, I've only really been working with organic shapes. Meaning up until this point, I've just been able to fly around with my silly little wooden axe. Essentially, this has felt more like sculpting. Making detailed exterior buildings, on the other hand, that's going to be more difficult for me. One, I don't even know where to start placing. And based on every single building tutorial that I've watched, there's only one next step to do that can help me with this. And that's just taking some wool, and we're going to start blocking out some shapes and hope that it works out. You know, it really is funny how much building in this silly little block game really does follow the same process that I learned in art school. Just like finding references before starting a project, blocking out is something that was taught in my figure drawing class. They would set up these extremely complicated like still lifes with all these boxes stacked up on top of each other with cow skulls and like human models as well, because it was figure drawing. Saw a lot of old man butts, but that's not the point. The way that they taught us to start all these drawings was just to take a light pastel chalk and not even looking at this huge blank piece of paper, but just to very quickly move your arm and kind of blindly block out the outline of whatever you thought this drawing was. And then you would take it and you would break that down and you would redefine it and get the proportions correctly, but it was just the first step of getting something on the page. And it's so funny that I can relate something I learned in my figure drawing class to now with wool in Minecraft. Okay, so it doesn't look like much, but we can kind of see the baseline of the composition coming together. So like over here where there was a lot of empty space made by the curve of the tree, that's where this big old tower is probably going to go. And here you can see the smaller buildings kind of going up around the side here. The white wool will outline where a pathway will be going up, another bridge going across here, and then another one when you get more into the trees. And then the buildings, of course, continue to wrap around unto the back. Yep, unfortunately we can't skip out on the back because I already stole Grian's eyes. I can't steal any more of his brand now, can I? Now, of course, all these shapes aren't set in stone, but it's kind of a baseline, so this is a lot easier to get started on little chunks now and a lot less overwhelming than just a ginormous empty tree. Now, actually, the first thing I'm going to do is copy a section of this blocking and copy and paste it down to the ground just so I can work on it and freely know that I'm not going to damage the tree. Now I'm going to start gathering up a more refined block palette that I think I'm going to use for these houses. The way I describe the look that I'm trying to go for these houses is like a little bit elven, but mostly fancy cottages. Pretty standard medieval style with the oak borders, neutral color scheme, and then accent with the color of the roof. Alright, pretty basic first little house here. Definitely got some of the spacing off. I don't hate it, but there's definitely some improvements that we can make off of it. So what we're going to do is we're going to go copy, lie a little bit further away again, paste. There we go. You see me doing a lot of copy and pasting because I'm essentially just trying to make benchmarks or save points in my work just in case the next thing I do, I don't end up liking. Which, oh boy, I'm glad I did on this one. Oh god, math is hard. Oh, that's wrong. 11, 12. Wait, no, I don't want 12. Ugh, I got it wrong. Okay, now the wall is even. I just need to fix the roof. Nope, I think that's uneven still. I don't know what's happening anymore. The tree was so fun. I hate this. It's just math. Oh my god, I did it again. I hate this so much. I have so many houses to build, and I've been just working on this one small bit for over an hour. We're going to start again. We're just going to leave this. We're going to start with a new approach. New approach time, because I'm done with that. That one's actually not looking too bad now. Maybe I'll just stick with that one. This is all about learning. It's all about experimenting. Just starting from the middle, so I know it'll be even. Okay, this is something. Then I can just copy it and paste it. And of course, it's going to be off center. I don't know how to fix this. For my own sanity, I think this is where we're going to stop for today. Okay, logged out yesterday, not feeling great, but it's been a day, I'm feeling a little bit better now. This whole little entrance I made isn't bad, and I was getting mad that it wasn't centered with this, when obviously I can center it right here. I just gotta paste. Yeah, that looks great. That looks fine. Genuinely, I think the thing that I kept on getting caught up on, I've been so worried about making this one little part right here and making it as detailed as like all the references I was looking at, when in reality, it's only going to be one small part of this big old build. And by getting frustrated by that, it kept me from working on like blocking out the rest of it. And later I can go back and I can figure out what window I want there, what kind of trimmings I actually want, what texture I want to add, because things are probably going to change and shift as I'm working, and I may come up with more ideas as I'm going to implement over here. But for now, I think it's at the point where we can go ahead and paste it onto the build. Oh, that looks so cute. All right, now I got a little bit more confidence. Let's make the rest of this build. For like cool elven like alcove here, and it just looks like a birdhouse. I just made a birdhouse. It doesn't look bad per se, but that's a birdhouse. Instead of a bridge right here, I'm trying to make little like mushrooms, because you know, mushrooms growing on a tree that look like a mushroom. What if we had little tiny. Okay, we're getting creative. Glowing mushrooms. What if they're glowing mushrooms? That's a cute, tiny little mushroom right there. Oh my god. I understand the joy of building again. Okay, this is great. This is fantastic. Can we? Oh, yeah. Ah, those are some cute little mushrooms. Wait. Tiny mushrooms. All the little baby mushrooms. I am totally adding that all over the build. I thought of a creative design. That was all my own. Woo! During the building process, I did take a little bit of a break to go ahead and fix the texture of the leaves. Now that I knew about masks and the different percentage of materials that you can use, it made for a much better, more random texture. And of course, like way more shiny. Okay, now that we're starting to get more into the details, it's time to add some more elements that kind of contribute to the story of whatever this build is. So far, it's just been mystical tree with elven-ish buildings around it. So going back to the original reference that inspired this entire build, I think it would be right to make this little village also home to a magical fox guardian that lives alongside and protects the people of this village. So over here, we're going to make a little stone shrine for our fox guardian. Since this is a way more complex shape, I did end up looking up a few tutorials, and I did find a TikTok of someone showing how they made their fox statue. So I'm referring to that and making something similar. Admittedly, right now it's kind of looking like a frog. I guess it could be a frog spirit if we wanted it to. Frog is a good backup. Yep, that looks even more like a frog. This could be Frog Island. Oh my gosh, this actually turned out so cute. But let's see if there's something else that we can do to make it look even more like this majestic creature right here. Do you like the statue? I'll take this as a yes. Oh my gosh, you're so cute. Here, have a friend. And also, Bebe Fox. A protector fox spirit needs a sword. You will do well, my son. Okay, I'm getting a little distracted here. Let's see if we can find some different colors of stone to make it look like fox markings. There we go. Oh my gosh, I keep saying this, but that's pretty darn cute. Wait, one more idea. There we go. And it looks so cute. I love it. Okay, still got some more detailing to do, some more buildings up there. But we're getting there. And another opportunity to add in a little bit more lore is this little accidental alcove down here with another fox statue over here. But instead of just copying over the one that we made previously, this time it's going to be a little sleeping fox, kind of like that one right there. Since this one was a much more basic shape, I did not need a tutorial for it. Yep, after a week of building, I found out how to combine 3 squares into a fox. And to really tie everything together, I connected the pond from outside to make this into a little lagoon, grotto, thing. Whatever it is, it's cute. I just heard one of the foxes scream. Are you okay? Are you good? Are you drowning? You good? You good, dude? Okay, I can't have one of my foxes dying. They're special to me now. They're sentimental. The one with the sword, you're going to be Luna. You good with that? Here, take some berries. You're going to be oranges. You can be pickles. Yes. No, where are you going? No, oranges is ascending. No. Is it going to drown? Oh no, it's going to drown. Hi. Let's get you out of here. Jeez. I guess these foxes aren't the wisest of spirits, but they're cute, and that's all that matters. Okay, for the most part, I think all the big structures are in place here. So the last part is just going to be a bunch of tiny detailing of really bringing this to life with plants and paths and flowers and all that stuff. And it's just going to be a bunch of little stuff that will add to the final build. We're going to go into one final montage that will lead into the final reveal. I'm so glad to almost be done with this. This project has taken so much longer than I thought. As we head into the final reveal, I just wanted to take a moment to say that I have had so much fun making this video. From being able to take time to learn how to build, to see how my skills from my normal art process apply. Also, just being able to change things up a bit with video formats. This video is pretty experimental for my channel because normally I do IRL crafting stuff, so to do an entire project in Minecraft was just a huge change of pace and was especially a fun challenge to try new ways of filming and editing. So if you've made it to this point in the video, please just let me know if you've enjoyed it or not. Just a quick comment saying, yeah, I like this would go such a long way to let me know if y'all would maybe like to see more videos like this in the future. And now it's time for the final reveal. I'm genuinely pretty proud and shocked by what I've been able to create. Is it the most amazing detailed mega build? Not by a long shot. But considering I was starting from ground zero to then build up my skills over the course of a week, just for that alone, I'm proud. And to leave off this video, I encourage you to go and try and build something new. Whether it's Minecraft or maybe even real life. Even if it's something you've never thought you could, you might just surprise yourself.